A big flood, a baby buffalo stuck in the water, and one man risking everything to save it. But just when he thinks it's all over, his car gets stuck in the mud. He's trapped, with no help around and wild animals nearby. Then the buffalo herd comes back, and what they do shocks everyone. In Kenya's Masai Mara National Reserve, a powerful flood had just torn through the land, leaving everything soaked in muddy water. Jabari, a seasoned conservationist, had never seen anything like it in all his years. That morning, he got word that a herd of buffalo was trapped near the river, right where the water was most dangerous. He and his team quickly packed up their gear and drove out in their off-road vehicles. The roads were nearly impossible, slick with mud, the wheels kept sliding. When they arrived, a large herd of buffalo stood gathered at the edge of the river, their fear easy to see. In the chaos, a baby buffalo was caught in the current, struggling to stay above water. Without thinking twice, Jabari removed his shirt, stepped into the flood, and made his way toward the calf. The water reached his chest, and the slippery mud beneath him made every step harder. The baby cried out, shaking from cold and fear. Jabari stayed calm, moving slowly with his arms out to keep balance against the current. His teammates shouted from the shore, warning him about a whirlpool ahead. The herd of buffalo stomped nervously, sensing the danger but unable to help. Finally, Jabari managed to grab hold of the baby's back, clinging tightly to keep it from being swept away. The calf fought at first, but then slowly realized the man was trying to save him. Every step toward the shore was a struggle between man and the terrible power of the water. He finally managed to get the calf into shallower water, where his teammates rushed to help. They joined forces to support the animal, trying to keep it from collapsing from exhaustion. The herd of wild buffalo on the shore noticed that the calf had been saved, and they roared as if to encourage each other. Although still trembling, the calf took a deep breath, seemingly realizing that it had just escaped death. Jabari and his teammates quickly brought the calf to dry land, checking to see if it was injured. Luckily, aside from being scared and having a few small scratches, the baby buffalo wasn't seriously hurt. As soon as the herd saw it was safe, they slowly approached, checking on the little one. Jabari stepped back to give them space, watching as the larger buffalo circled around the calf, gently rubbing their noses against it. Some glanced at Jabari with a mix of caution and quiet gratitude. Despite the pouring rain and muddy ground, saving the calf lifted everyone's spirits. Jabari signaled to his team that it was time to move on and continue assessing the flood damage. They climbed into their off-road vehicle, made sure the engine was okay, and rolled away from the site. All the while, Jabari couldn't stop thinking about the calf's terrified eyes in the water. He also felt grateful for his teammates' bravery and quick support. It could have ended much worse without them. The rain kept falling, each heavy drop splashing on the windshield in steady waves. The red dirt road had turned into thick mud, and the car rocked side to side, nearly out of control. Jabari gripped the steering wheel, doing his best to navigate around whirlpools and deep puddles. Far off, a few antelopes huddled in the bushes, trying to stay dry. The sky stayed dark and stormy, with flashes of lightning warning that more rain was coming. Then suddenly, the front wheel dropped into a deep mud hole, and the vehicle came to a stop, nearly stuck for good. He tried to step on the gas, but the engine only roared, the wheels spun in the mud without moving at all. His teammates jumped out to try to put dry branches under the tires, but the mud was too soft. All efforts were in vain. They tried using the vehicle's winch, but there were no tree stumps or sturdy posts around to hook the cable. The rain continued to pour, turning the area into a giant quagmire with no way out. Jabari and the others began to worry, because if they stayed there too long, they would miss their patrol plan and might even be in danger as the floodwaters continued to rise. The sound of the engine roaring in defeat echoed across the field, drowning out the sound of the rain. Suddenly, from afar, they saw a herd of buffalo approaching, perhaps to avoid the rain or find a drier place. At first, Jabari felt his heart beat faster, afraid that the buffalo might see them as a threat. As the herd approached, Their curved horns flashed in the rain, making everyone wary. Jabari signaled to his teammates to keep quiet, ready to back into the car if the herd showed any signs of aggression. However, contrary to expectations, the herd of buffalo stood right behind the car, observing for a long time as if considering something. A large buffalo, seemingly the leader of the herd, stepped forward and lightly nudged the rear bumper of the car with his horn. The push was not strong but enough to make Jabari and his teammates extremely surprised, because they clearly intended to push the car. As if to confirm, a few more buffaloes joined in, simultaneously pressing their horns against the back of the car. Jabari understood and quickly shouted to his teammates to try pressing the gas pedal again. He sat in the driver's seat to start the engine, putting all his strength into it, while the herd of buffaloes persistently pushed from behind. The sound of the wheels screeched loudly, mud splashed everywhere, making visibility even worse. Inch by inch, the car began to move, no longer standing still as before. The whole team cheered in unison, hope shining in their eyes as they saw the car moving, albeit very slowly. The herd of buffaloes tried harder, pushing the car through about 30 meters of mud while the engine still roared nonstop. Finally, after a great effort, the wheels reached drier ground, and the mud gradually lessened. The car bounced hard on the solid road, wobbling but then regained its balance. Jabari quickly stepped on the brake, his heart pounding with emotion. His teammates also breathed a sigh of relief. From inside the car, they looked at the herd of wild buffalo with indescribable gratitude, surprised by the help that humans rarely expected. Jabari turned off the engine, got out, and spread his arms as if to express his deep gratitude to the four-legged heroes. The rain continued to pour down and soaked his shirt, but his heart was strangely warm. The herd of buffalo seemed to feel his sincerity. They let out loud roars in response to his gesture. In the herd, a young buffalo stepped out first, not the one that had just been rescued, but it also came closer as if wanting to connect with him. Jabari bent down to keep a safe distance, observing with respect, because he knew that wild buffalo were always wary of humans. As if the mission had been completed, the herd of buffaloes began to turn around and gradually walk out into the vast fields, ignoring the heavy rain. Jabari and his teammates stood on the side of the road, watching their every heroic step, still stunned. The image of the herd of wild buffaloes supporting the stuck vehicle would forever be imprinted in their minds as a testament to the special bond between humans and nature. When the herd of buffaloes had gone far away, Jabari turned back to the vehicle and smiled at his teammates, feeling a gentle happiness rising in his heart. Someone broke the mood with a joke. Maybe we should invite the buffalo herd to be the official rescuers of the reserve. The whole team burst into laughter amidst the wild scenery, mixed with the sound of the rain still pouring down. They returned to their task of driving through the roads more carefully so as not to get stuck again. Jabari kept glancing back, still in disbelief over the incredible moment they had just experienced. Soon they reached the main road that led to the heart of the Masai Mara National Reserve. The vehicle was soaked and caked in mud, but no one seemed to mind. They were proud of what they had done. At the guard station, they cleaned the windows and reported the flood's impact across the areas they had traveled through. Jabari made sure to share the unbelievable story of rescuing the baby buffalo and how the herd later pushed their stuck car. Some of the staff found it hard to believe until they saw the thick mud smeared on the back of the vehicle. Word spread quickly, drawing curiosity from many who wanted to hear about the rare, touching encounter. Deep down, Jabari felt a quiet mix of pride and emotion, reminded that nature often answers kindness in the most unexpected ways. When the day's mission ended, Jabari finally took a moment to rest, replaying the emotional events in his mind. He still saw the tiny calf shaking in the floodwater and the anxious eyes of the herd watching from the shore. That night, as the rain faded and the breeze carried the smell of wet earth, he hoped to see the buffalo again the next day. He believed this small act could help deepen the bond between people and wildlife, and that such moments are what make the Masai Mara a truly legendary place. What do you think of this story? Let us know in the comments section. I hope you liked this story. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Also subscribe and press the bell icon to never miss the update from our channel. Thank you.